How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts? Here is a picture of my digipack and my magazine advertisement, which are my ancillary texts for our group's music video. When I first started designing my digipack, I decided that firstly I wanted it to have quite a unique look that fitted in well with the style of our music video. As I mentioned in the previous question, our video had quite a strong 70s theme, which I believe to be crucial in the designing of my digipack, as today most bands or artists have a distinct image, which is what makes their products more recognisable to their fans. As our music video made direct references to pulp, creating a sort of parody, I knew that I wanted to include similar references to them in my digipack that our target audience would understand, and which would intrigue them and therefore attract their attention. The first idea I played around with was the idea of a vinyl, as this is an old-fashioned way of buying music. I took a photograph of my own vinyl player and edited it to fit in with the colour scheme. I used this for the front of the CD pouch inside my digipack, which told the audience where the CD was stored, and also gave it a vintage look that fitted in well with our other explored themes. Secondly, for the sides of the digipack that would fold in, I used pictures that represented our band to the audience. This first one was a photo taken from the filming of our music video on the field scenes, which I used as not only do the colours blend in well with the rest of the digipack, but also it is an important scene of the video that our target audience should recognise. For the left side of the open digipack, I used this photo of our group, featuring the artists, the cast, the production crew and the editors. I then placed the outline of us onto a picture of tweed, using PaintNet. The tweed was also another reference to pulp, as it became Jarvis's signature type of clothing, which is yet another use of intertextuality that our pulp fan target audience would understand. I created the front cover by taking this photo of our artist from the making of our music video and editing it using Picasa 3. First I applied a comic book effect, which gave it a more 90s feel, and then I wrote the band name Plup on it, and also at the bottom I wrote including Don't You Want Me Anymore, the soundtrack of our music video. For the track list on the back of the digipack, I used a brick wall background, which is an important element of our music video, as many scenes include a brick wall. I then created track names and wrote them and their timings down, and also added the record label logos and copyright information. Finally, inside the digipack, as an extra bonus for our fans, I included a pin-up poster of our artist, which again fits in with our image, as pin-up posters were quite popular in the 90s. This allows our target audience to enjoy things that they would have appreciated when buying original pulp albums. It was equally important to make sure my magazine fitted in with the image of our band. I went for quite colourful editing by taking this picture of Reese, our artist, and using an editing program called Picasa 3. I then split it up into 4 and applied different colours to each part. This would attract the audience's attention as it stands out, and also our band name Plup, a reverse of pulp, would certainly attract pulp fans, as they might initially think it was a pulp poster and then become intrigued by our similarities to pulp. At the bottom I also put the release date of our album, as this is also an important convention of a magazine advertisement. At the bottom I put our front cover, which allowed the audience to recognise the album if they saw it in a store or online. I also included the QR code at the bottom, as many smartphones nowadays can scan these and take the audience straight to our band website. Social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter also play a big role in advertising nowadays, so I put these two icons at the bottom of the poster, where the audience could follow our band online for news and updates. In conclusion, I combined my ancillary texts and main product to create a consistent image for our band by the use of reoccurring themes and elements such as our 70s setting and our brick wall images. By doing this, I have effectively created an ancillary text that is visibly connected to my main product, and therefore something that our target audience would recognise us for.